What's up, everybody? We're back with another video, and today Today we've got something pretty special. If you can tell from the title and thumbnail of this video, we got some new fish, but we didn't just go ahead and buy them. No, we went and bid for them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get them out of the box on the floor. I'm just going to set you guys up. We'll get them acclimating, and then we'll talk about exactly what I really did. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to show you these things. And okay, let's just get down to it. Alrighty, let's get you guys up a bit more. Oh. There we go. Now you can see me better. Alright, so we've got 4 fish in here, and I think you're going to enjoy all of them. Okay, so we have a little itty bitty datnoid, if you can see that. We then have a Kelberry peacock bass. I also went ahead and got another giraffe-nosed catfish. I don't know if you can see that. Absolutely beautiful. And finally, for the one I'm most excited about, I went ahead and picked up this lovely pearl Giardini arowana. Yeah, so now you've seen the fish. What I'm going to go ahead and do is clean this spot off you. I'm going to go ahead and acclimate these guys for the next 45 minutes. And then I will give you an update on exactly what happened, how I was led to these series of bad financial decisions, and then yeah, we'll go ahead and drop them in the tank, and we'll let them just do their thing for the next couple of weeks. Alright, so let's quickly talk about what actually happened and why I did what I did. So I got 4 fish all in all. I got a datnoid, peacock bass, arowana, and giraffe-nosed catfish. So people I bought these from, Simms Tropical Fish, they also do bidding. I've said this in the past, and I decided why not get a whole bunch of fish but bid for all of them and see what happens. So what actually happened was Giardini arowana usually sells for about £100, got it for £60. Datnoid usually sells for £30, got it for £15. Peacock bass usually sells for $20, I got it for $12.50. And giraffe-nosed catfish I got for £18, usually sells for £50. So all in all, I got these pretty cheap. So let's pretty much see what happens. That's why I did what I did, and it's just to like bring that out there that these fish are actually fairly expensive all in all. They're nearly £200, and I bought them from around £100 instead. So, you know, you can't really complain when you're getting about 50% off some really, really lovely fish. And I think they're going to go really well in the tank downstairs with everybody else. And just in terms of like quality and whatnot, quality assurance from Simms Tropical Fish, these are the same people I got my flower horn from, my tinfoil barbs, my Oscars, my pacu, my albino gourami, and my red tail, my other giraffe nose. So, you know, they've got a good quality, so you can't really fault them on that. So we'll see what happens, and yeah, catch you a bit. We're gonna just let them sit for another like 10-15 minutes longer, and then we'll acclimate them. Well, they'll acclimating, we'll add them to the tank. Alright, see you guys in a bit. Alright, we're pretty much going to add them in one by one. So let us start with little datnoid. Where is my... And there is this beautiful little datnoid. Where is the camera? Quite small, but we'll see how it goes. It should be completely fine. We'll add in this a big old giraffe cat. Absolutely massive, 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 massive. Next up we have the peacock bass. See what it looks like. Very lovely, very golden. And as you can see, very lovely fish. It'll start to color up once it gets bigger, obviously. There we go. Okay, and there they all are. I have water all over the floor, so if you expect transitioning fish to not have any of this, you would be very, very wrong, my friends. So the datnoid is at the back. I don't know how well you can see it behind the moss balls. We have our gar in here because he's pretty much going through our quarantine phase. Lovely arowana, giraffe nose, and then the bass at the back. I'm going to switch off the lights and I'm going to start pretty much treatment right away. And the treatment is the same as it always is. Melafix 3 days, 1 day break, deworm them, keep an eye on them for, so that's pretty much 2 weeks off treatment. I'm going to keep an eye on them after that, and if there's any sort of reason to pretty much keep them for longer, then I'll keep them for longer. And if I have to do any other additional medical sort of treatments, I will, but otherwise it should be all fine. So I will catch you guys in a bit after these guys have like had some time just to de-stress, and we'll just see if they want to eat a bit as well. Alright, what's up everybody? We're back. It's been a few hours and these guys have just had some time to just sit there and sort of just get used to the surroundings a bit. Obviously, as you can see, the arowana is skittish, similar to the other arowana. Don't know how well you're going to get a view of this, but what I want to do is just feed them. And yeah, let's just go ahead and feed them. It's not likely that they will eat because it is only the first day. It might take a couple of days for them to start eating, but the peacock bass does look a bit skinny and I'm just slightly worried, so I want to see if he will eat. So I'm going to go ahead and drop some food into the tank. So another thing I'd like to mention is the fact that the arowana we got originally prior to this one was actually pellet trained, and so I'm hoping that this arowana is also pellet trained, because pellet training an arowana is the biggest pain in my backside. Honestly, it was so difficult to get the first guy pellet trained, and then he went and died, which wasn't fun at all. But yeah, as you can see, they're all kind of hiding around the back. But maybe they will come out and eat. The datnoid is fairly small, actually significantly smaller than I thought he would be. I don't know, 6 centimeters is what it was supposed to be. He might be a bit smaller, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Datnoids are very slow growing fish, so it'll take a couple of years. I think they max out at about 14 inches. I don't know if they get bigger, but yeah, they are quite slow growing. And so I might actually leave him in here longer than I would the rest of these guys. So he might stay in here for maybe like a month or so, because the red-tailed catfish is probably going to gobble him up if I leave him in there with the datnoid. But the datnoid has some really, really lovely colors. It's just got these very thick bars. It's a beautiful, beautiful fish. And it's actually meant to be a lucky fish. If you have an arowana and you have a datnoid, you're considered lucky, which let's hope I am. The next fish that we're going to talk about is the arowana. This is a Giardini arowana. I think I made another video about other arowanas you can get as opposed to the silver arowana, and the Giardini arowana is one of the smallest arowanas in the family. They grow to about 2 feet, which despite that being small is actually fairly large still. You know, 2 foot is probably the width of this tank, maybe just a bit less. No, around the width of this tank actually. And yeah, so they come from northern parts of Australia and Indonesia. There's another place that's slightly north of Australia, and although I'm a geographer, I really do suck. So yeah, they come from there. but they don't get too big. I've got a fair few monster fish at the moment. I've got the silver arowana that's going to grow 4 feet, red-tailed catfish 4 feet, pacu 3 feet. So, you know, I was just like, let me get some nice fish, but let's not, you know, get massive fish, because otherwise in the end I'll just run out of space, and that's not fun for anyone. So then the next one is the peacock bass, and this is the Kelberry peacock bass, or the golden peacock bass, and it's pretty much, as the name implies, going to be golden when it's all grown up and everything. These guys are a smaller variant of peacock bass. They only grow to about 18 inches. It's rare to see them over that size, compared to other peacock bass, which, you know, can get 2 feet, 3 feet. So, is this guy going to eat anything? Yeah, so again, they're from South America as well. And I've just always wanted a peacock bass. I thought that'd be pretty cool to have. So I went ahead and I picked one up, like I said, pretty cheap, for the UK at least. And finally we've got another giraffe cat. Actually, before the giraffe cat and the arowana were fighting, which I found really weird, because arowanas are more, especially a Giardini, is more of like a mid to upper level swimmer, whereas the giraffe nose catfish is a bottom level dweller. But the giraffe nose is kind of swimming up around here, sort of, and I thought that's pretty interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. They haven't eaten. They might eat after I turn off the lights. I will keep an eye on them. But yeah, quickly, just to make a note, this is why I always quarantine my fish, because even though they come from a reputable seller, you don't know what's actually going through their system when they're transferred, because they get stressed out, they can lower their immune system, and they can just be susceptible to all sorts. And that's pretty much why I've gone ahead and added in some Melafix, which pretty much just help them to... So pretty much is just a preventative to prevent any sort of bacterial outbreaks that might occur in the tank. And as you can see, the giraffe nose catfish has gobbled and gobbled and gobbled. This giraffe nose catfish is actually quite aggressive. I'm fairly surprised about that. In fact, yeah, I'm quite surprised he's as aggressive as he is. I thought it would be a very docile fish. But yeah, like I said, I'll keep an eye on these guys for a few days, and just make sure that the tank dynamic is one such that no one's trying to kill each other, because we have a really small datnoid. We have a Giardini arowana, which is actually one of the more aggressive arowana species. Giraffe nose catfish, who's actually picking a fight with the Giardini, and a peacock bass who is looking a bit skinny. So hopefully everyone eats properly, and I'll pretty much keep you updated. Sorry that the mood of this video kind of just went down. I'm just bushed from work. But yes, like I've said, that is pretty much it for this video. It's fairly long. Yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye on these guys and make sure they are eating. And we'll do like another update in a week or so once they've gone through a bit of treatment as well, because hopefully by then they will kind of... Oh, that's quite cute. And it's really cute. Oh, okay, the guy's pretty much going to do what he did to the Tinkle Bobs, the Datnoid, I think, because they're about the same size when they came in. Anyways, yeah, so after a week or so I will go ahead and do an update, because by that time they'll have had the time to kind of just acclimate to their surroundings, and then we'll actually see what the true dynamic is, and maybe we might have to move some fish early if there is too much aggression, or think about something else, maybe set up another tank, you never know. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys are doing well, keeping safe. See you in the next one. Peace out.